The cost of leaving the loop. This is Air France 447 again, the same night over the Atlantic, the 1st of June, 2009, read this time through the automation lens. What happens when reliable automation quietly erodes the skills to replace it? What happened? 3 minutes into a storm at flight level 350, Pitot icing produced conflicting airspeed signals. The autopilot and autothrottle disengaged automatically, and the flight control law reverted to alternate law. The angle of attack protections the crew had relied on their entire careers were suddenly gone. And with no framework and rusty manual skills, the crew never recovered the aircraft. The puzzle: why did losing the automation lose the aircraft? The automation didn't crash the aeroplane, it simply handed control back. In principle, that's a routine event a trained crew handles. The problem is what years of flawless automation had quietly done to the mental models and skills needed to take over. Level 1: Analysis. The stall warning was dismissed. Interpreting events through their most recent drill, the crew read a real warning as spurious sensor output. Reliability had bred the wrong frame. The automation had been so trustworthy that its degraded output wasn't treated as a genuine threat. Level 2: Decision. High-altitude manual stall recovery wasn't trained because envelope protection was assumed to make it effectively impossible, so no structured response existed. Facing the untrained scenario, the crew had nothing to reach for. Level 3: Action. Alternate law removed the safety net. The protections the crew leaned on were suddenly gone, and precise high-altitude, high-weight stall recovery was a manual skill that had been allowed to atrophy. The deeper mechanism is Bainbridge's irony of automation made real. The more reliable the automation, the more the human skills to manage its failure quietly decay. The automation performed so consistently that the crew's mental model, decision framework, and manual skill all thinned out beneath it, and then every layer failed at once, with no reserve left to compensate. 3 lessons outlive this case. Practice the hands-on skills. If automation can hand control back, the skills to take over must be kept alive. Know the modes and their limits, and what disappears when they degrade, and design for graceful handback. Automation should make its state and limits visible, so the human is never surprised. This is one case, and the book is full of them. Air France 447 Anchors. Chapter 8: Automation and Human Automation Interaction. Read through the 4-type automation taxonomy. Read it in Aviation Human Factors, Ziakas and Peklavanis, CRC Press, 2026.